Y'all ready for this?
Legends decides to drop a cryptic message last night, and let's try to decipher that. What's up, guys? Legend here, and today let's try to decipher the newest cryptic message that you're seeing on the screen right now, and kind of determine what are we actually going to get in terms of the next Zenkai that they was hinted. Now, to keep this short and sweet, there's really only two options you can go with in this per se. So this is gonna be like a really short video, so I won't take up too much of your time. But the first option I have is gonna be this grade 8 Vegeta. Now, I'm not opposed to them actually trying to buff Saiyan Saga Z, because I do want this tag, or that a moment in time, to get some much needed respect. I do think that they are in line for a massive overhaul, but to put them a part of, I guess, Legends Fest is kind of weird. I agree with anybody that says it's kind of weird to put them a part of that month, or put them a part of this major celebration. I do agree with that. I'm not saying that I don't, because I do, but at the same time, you can't call yourself a Dragon Ball fan if you did not get hyped over this moment here, just to see, you know, if we're not talking about the Raditz portion of it, but just to see the whole Nappa and Vegeta portion, that right there is hype enough. And then the end goal was just seeing Goku and Vegeta duke it out. So I do think that it is highly possible for us to receive another dual LF banner, and that being a Kaioken Goku with Kaioken Goku, or another Vegeta, with this Vegeta being the Gallic Gun, and the Goku probably being times 4 Kamehameha, or his version of Spirit Bomb, personally. So there's two ways that they could go about this, is what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, I don't think that it's gonna be Saiyan Saga Z. So I don't think it's gonna be that. I have my predictions as to what it's gonna be. So if you want to see what my predictions are, just let me know, and I'll try to make a video for that sometime soon. But to say that it's gonna be Saiyan Saga Z is a bit of a stretch, but it makes sense because, okay, let's just go ahead and say right now, Future is gonna be part of Legends Fest regardless. It's gonna be a part of it, right? So my next guess, I don't think it's going to be a part of that, because we just came off of another portion of Legends Fest. So for them to give this guy here a Zenkai, I'm all down for it. I'm okay with that, because Vegeta Clan needs help, and this unit here particularly needs help. On his release, he was really strong on his release. Not a lot of things could really hurt this guy, right? But just like every other Vegeta Clan character we get into the game, they seem to fall off too quick, and it's the end of the story. Like, they don't last long enough to actually be a part of any meta. And his issue particularly was more so his teams and not his kit. I mean, his overall kit to me is actually pretty strong. At 7 stars, what I got him at is actually pretty good. And if you were to like 14-star him out and also do the Arch boost, stats still look pretty good. His overall kit, I have no issues with it. I think it's really strong, but it is in that disease portion of Legends, and that is being power crept. His kit it's not bad, but it's not enough to keep up with today's meta. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. It is pretty much outdated in a sense. And will a Zenkai help this unit? By all means, yes. But if they do give him a Zenkai, they got to give this guy a plat. So again, I'm not opposed to them actually wanting to buff Saiyan Saga Z. It's just how would they go about it is the more thing that I'm kind of concerned about. So my first guess has to go to this graded Vegeta, because I would like to see a Saiyan Saga Z, but I already know a lot of people are going to be really uptight about it and feel as if this is probably the worst option for Legends Fest, which makes sense. But again, you gotta have at least that one side of Legends Fest that doesn't make sense, but will actually make sense later on down the road. Because let's be honest here, when will they ever buff Saiyan Saga Z? Who knows? I don't know. They need this buff. Now for my next, if I can scroll if I can find this guy, is gonna be this guy here. Now, by all means, he needed his Zenkai a long time ago. A long time ago. But why are we thinking that it's gonna be him? Is my real question. Like, the thing doesn't really, like, if you look at it, it doesn't necessarily, like, I'm gonna put the picture up one more time. If you look at this, it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be this Gogeta. Like, I don't see any portion of this being the Gogeta. Just me personally, I don't see it. I'm trying my hardest to see it, but I don't. So I don't think it's gonna be him. And if it is, then they could have went with some other cryptic message. That's just my issue. They could have went with something else, but they didn't. So for them to say that this is gonna be, I guess, the hinted Zenkai will be so much confusing. And I think, again, his Zenkai is gonna happen in part 3. That's when his is gonna happen. I don't think his is gonna happen right now in part 2, because we are literally weeks, so like I think about 2 weeks away from part 2, give or take. So his is not happening right then and there. It's gonna happen in part 3. So for him to get it, again, it'll be confusing because why? But at the same time, he needed it. Like, his kit, it's okay. It's not the greatest. It is okay. He fell off a little bit too quickly. Both of those units between him and Broly aged out better than him. But at the same time, what made this guy more better than Broly, in my opinion, or for everybody else's opinion, is the fact that this guy here comes in with Koano for free. That is the real thing that really made this guy so good in the first place. Like, you get Koano 3 times for free for 10 timer counts. So for them to finally give this guy Zenkai in part 2, like we are trying to speculate, ain't it? So I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't want it to happen right now, because 8 Vegeta makes the most sense right now. It makes the most sense. So for part 2, the hinted Zenkai, I don't think it's gonna be this Gogeta, but I will love it. But I don't think it's going to be part 2. I think his Zenkai is going to happen in part 3, just like anything else, because it makes the most sense. Why not double up on Fusion? Because we already know that an Ultra Gogeta 4 is going to be the Ultra to end off Legends Fest. And why not double up and make him, I guess, the next Ultra? I mean, the next LF Zenkai that we all anticipated for. I'm not saying Vegeta isn't highly anticipated, but he is in need of a Zenkai, just like this guy here is. So it really depends on what they would do. And I'm gonna throw a curveball because I have limited time here. I'm gonna throw a curveball because it ain't happening. It ain't happening, but it damn sure does look a little bit too close to the guy one-handed Spirit Bomb Goku. So this is like my honorable mentions right here, right? So I do think that this guy here is in line for a Zenkai, bar none, right? But it ain't gonna be him, because if you think about it, the stupid, once again, look at this hinted message. It looks so much similar to this thing here than it does Gogeta. But also, it looks a lot more similar to Vegeta than it does Gogeta. So, if this guy gets a Zenkai, I don't know what to do. It's going to be funny, but I don't think it's going to be him. If you want to look at his stats, there are his stats. His kit is basically nothing special. It's really not. And his whole shtick is just like a text to your ex that you don't want to talk to no more. And that's pretty much it. So that there are my 2 guesses and my honorable mention guess as to who we could see getting a Zenkai in part 2, which is happening within, I think, maybe 2 to 3 weeks away. So that's just my guesses. Let me know yours down in the comment section below. Enjoy your day. And yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.